Okay, we're back at it. I'm going to show you the video on how to terminate the voice side. This is our 66 block, and we're still going to use a punch down tool once it says cut, alright, but we're going to be using a different blade, alright. This blade actually fits over the slots when we put our wires in there, and it'll cut it off, alright. Now, this blade also has a bridge one, so you got to make sure you have the cutting tool out, alright. It only goes in one way, like that. We will also have the 66 the 110 tool in here as well, and you just turn this little dial and this holds that into place, and I'll pop that out so when I terminate the jack you'll see how that's done. Okay, so I also have the wire stripper that I want to show you how to use the wire strip. Before we were just cutting it off using the pull string. So here you can actually go down, you'll slide it in this terminal right here, and you're just going to go like a half turn, okay, just to score the wire, score the insulation, alright, and then just pull, and that'll pull that up, alright, and there you are. This is a Cat 5e cable. There's no isolation protector in the middle of that separates that, and that's the difference between Cat 6 and Cat 5e, alright. Here is our 66 block. Alright, and we're going to be using this, and you use this for any type of voice terminal. This is becoming old and obsolete. More often than not, everybody's just running data cabling now for any type of phone services and using voice over IP. So we're going to put this back in here. We're going to go, doesn't matter what side you terminate on, alright, and we're going to do the following 5 different color codes. So I'm going to wire this a little and loop this a little bit. And these have to fit through the actual slots. Here, since it's voice, it's not as critical about maintaining the twists like we did for the data. We'll just go a little bit just to get them in here. We'll put them in the proper color code alignment, which is white blue, white orange, white green, white brown. Alright. Now, I have those in place. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the punch down, and we're going to punch down these all the way down and terminate those. Alright, and I'll set the phone down, or the camera. So we take these, we put them in that terminal, and we loop them in there. And this is what it looks like. Alright. And now what I'll do is I'll punch those down. So, cut blade, orange, down, kind of like slide it over to the terminal, and we're going to punch down. So I'm going to slide it over that wire. You might have to do them twice. And if you put them at a little bit of angle, the actual tool will cut it. I had one just cross over and short over in there. And now, that's what that looks like. Okay, so that's our 66 block termination for that part. You're using the 66 blade. Okay, and I will do the jack end like we did for the data. So I'll use the stripper again. And like I said, I'm just going to set it in there in that little slot. Get the proper length. Just put it in there, and you can feel it. If you score it, you have the opportunity to cut in your conductor. So I'm just going to score that outside insulation. and watch. See? And I didn't get any of the conductor. Pull that off. Alright, then we have this, all our individual pairs. We're going to use, for this one, we're going to use the A wiring this time. Okay, so we'll use the top one. It has A and B. Voice is usually done with A wiring. Okay, so I'm going to get those, kind of separate them a little bit. And once I'm done, I'm going to complete this board so you can see it. You won't have the real long lengths, but you can actually get an idea on how it's set up. So when you start doing your exercises, you can get a good visual before you start. And then you'll just remove this and you can put everything back into place. So you're going to have a real good idea on how to do this. Alright, so we're going to do the A. So the back here is going to be white, orange on this side. Will be white, brown. I'm just pushing them in there. Okay, this side we're going to have white, green, these actually stay in a little bit better, and then white, blue. I'm not sure if you're going to get these jacks. These aren't labeled very well, so but I'm going to still continue, so I'll get you ones that aren't going to be very confusing. Alright, so that's what it looks like from that side, so it looks like from this side, and then we're going to punch them down. So I was using the 66 blade before for this type of block, so I got to take that out, and right here's the other one, so I'll move this dial and this just falls out like that. So when that happens, then you stick this one in, put it in there, then you let go, it doesn't fall out. And the cut side. Alright, so now we're going to just terminate these by cutting those off. You might have to do it a couple times depending on the jack, and they're going to just pop off. Now, I've done this hundreds of times, so not thousands. So it might look easy for me, but it might just take some practice for you. And you get what you pay for in the jacks that you purchase. So this is a very cheap jack, and that's what it's going to look like. Here's the cap again. Alright, we're just going to slide that on, crimp that down, and there's our termination of the voice side. So in the next video I'm going to show you the difference between a crimp on and a compression F connector. So we're going to have a Cat 5e, a Cat 6, and then a coax F connector in each one of these sides. Alright.